Okay, so we know what a bean is, what's the recommended amount to eat, what's the overall effect on lifespan. Let's look at what makes beans so good for us. You can understand the benefit of beans almost completely by understanding the benefit of fiber in our diet. Beans can be a great source of fiber in the diet. When we eat a meal that's high in fiber, fiber takes longer to break down. That means we don't experience a rapid rise in blood sugar after meals. When we don't get a rapid rise in blood sugar, it means we don't get a rapid rise in insulin. If we don't get a rapid rise in insulin, it means that we're able to burn the calories we ingest instead of storing them as fat. Insulin would otherwise tell fat cells to store what we eat as fat. And if we don't cause these blood sugar spikes, insulin is never released. We can burn the fuel as energy instead of storing it as fat. The other benefit of this, besides preventing obesity, is that with repeated spikes in insulin from a low fiber diet, you can become insulin resistant, which means that the body no longer responds to insulin, and the pancreas therefore has to produce more and more of it to have an effect. And you finally become insulin resistant. Your pancreas is no longer able to make enough insulin to have the body respond, and you develop diabetes. The fiber, on the other hand, by moderating the blood sugar rises after meals, prevents both obesity and diabetes. As if that wasn't enough, fiber can also lower cholesterol, and LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol in particular. In the colon, the body will reabsorb bile acids. And bile acids are building blocks for LDL cholesterol, which is a major risk factor for heart disease. What fiber does is it binds to the bile acids so that bile acids are excreted in the stool rather than being reabsorbed. That lowers LDL, and lowering LDL leads to lower risk for heart disease. Next and finally for fiber can lead to the removal of damaged cells and carcinogens in the foods we eat. This lowers risk of gastrointestinal cancer. In addition to fiber, beans also have calcium, potassium, and isoflavonoids, which are antioxidants. What these components do is, in their aggregate, lower blood pressure, prevent platelet clotting, which means less risk of stroke, less risk of blood clots leading to heart attacks, less overall inflammation. This is primarily due to the antioxidant activity of the isoflavonoids, and decreased arterial stiffness, which leads to less risk of heart attack.